Talofa, in today's headlines, around 100 angry teachers and students confronted Education Minister Hekia Parata this morning, protesting plans to increase class sizes and cut funding. That's despite her assurance that no school would lose more than 2 teachers.
And across the country, I think schools and parents are aware of what our focus is, which is we've made an explicit trade-off to be able to invest in quality.
Prison closures earlier flagged by Corrections Department have now been finalised. New Plymouth and Wellington prisons will close, along with some parts of Arohata, Rolleston, Tongariro Rangapiro and Waikeria prisons. There'll also be refurbishments in Invercargill and Auckland prisons. Our corrections spokesman says jails like the 150-year-old New Plymouth prison have inhumane conditions and modern facilities would help reduce recidivism by 25%. One battle at a time, that's how Labour's Shane Jones is regarding his future in politics. The Auditor-General has ordered an investigation into Mr Jones's 2008 decision to grant citizenship to Chinese businessman William Yan, despite red flags in his case file. Mr Jones is welcoming the inquiry, albeit with some reservations.
I hope that this doesn't go on for a year, because it's highly unlikely that I can park my life up for a year. But I'm going to have my side of the story told.
Soldiers will be sent to Papua New Guinea to assist with elections there next month. Foreign Minister Murray McCully says following a request from the PNG government, New Zealand is to provide logistical support and observers. 3 RNZAF helicopters and 40 defence personnel will be part of a combined task force with the Australian military. Pike River families met with new mine owner Solid Energy last night and were given a large volume of evidence as to why a recovery of their loved ones is highly unlikely. Spokesman Bernie Monk says they understand the danger involved, but still have hope.
We've not given up. It's just that we've got the wider picture. And the one thing that came through is that there could possibly be a loss of life trying to go in and get these guys.
A new Ministry of Health survey suggests New Zealand's struggle with methamphetamine is winding down. Initial figures show 1% of 16 to 64-year-olds had used the drug in the previous year. Overseas, Wikileaks founder Julian Assange has lost his marathon battle against extradition to Sweden. The UK Supreme Court decided that the Swedish prosecutor was a judicial authority and that Assange must face questioning in Sweden over sexual assault charges. Russia Today's Sarah Firth says the legal war isn't quite over.
It's very likely that what you're going to see is his legal team now taking this fight to the European Court of Human Rights, and people have really described this as a David and Goliath style battle, with Julian Assange and his team taking on not just the British justice system, but also the institutions and governments that many people feel are behind the attempts to silence not just Julian Assange, but Wikileaks as well.
Supporters of Assange were outside the British court in force, but the whistleblower himself was reportedly stuck in London traffic and didn't attend his hearing. The parents of the Kiwi triplets killed in Qatar have paid tribute to their children. After an emotionally charged service in Doha, Martin and Jane Weeks spoke of the joy their toddlers brought them. They'll be returning to Wellington for a memorial ceremony. An international court in The Hague has sentenced former Liberian President Charles Taylor to 50 years in prison for aiding and abetting war crimes during Sierra Leone's civil war. Taylor is appealing his sentence, and so is the prosecution, which wanted an 80-year jail term. Today is World Smoke Free Day, and one politician is hoping to change the smoke and drive attitude. Ian Lees Galloway wants it to become illegal for people to smoke in cars when children are present.
But we do know there's a few people out there who haven't got the message yet. We've tried some social marketing a few years ago to get the message across. This is just about trying to clean up, the last few people who haven't quite got the message.
Parliament has celebrated the silver anniversary of New Zealand becoming nuclear-free. John Key wasn't sure how he felt about the momentous occasion 25 years ago.
I can't really remember. I certainly didn't go out and protest one way or the other on it. But I'm not unhappy at all that we're in this position.
That's the news. Tau wha soifua.